Lars Andersson, head coach of UNCP women's soccer, with the Braves taking on USC Aiken for Senior Day. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Your team is in position to potentially secure a top 4 spot in the Peach Belt in an opening round home game. What's impressed you the most about the season so far, and what do you need to do to finish strong?
Well, I think the obvious thing that stands out with this team is how they've responded to some of the injuries that we've had. Obviously, we had a couple of players who never even got off the ground, so to speak. They were out before preseason camp was finished. Some players that we expected to be key incoming freshmen or returning key players, and then obviously we lost Courtney Crump, our leading goal scorer, only halfway through the season. But I think these kids have responded extremely well. I'm proud of the fact that we have several players who are playing way out of position and have done so without complaining, have done so at the sacrifice of maybe their own individual accolades, and that's a sign of a good team who just says, it's next man up philosophy. I'll do what I got to do to make the team more successful. So I that's a thing that stands out more than anything. Second thing is how quickly we've been able to sort of piece it together and circle the wagons. And again, that goes to my coaching staff. We do a lot of planning together, and I think we were able to piece this together fairly quickly as people got injured. And I'm proud of the team, and I'm also proud of my staff.
Yeah, it's been an up and down year, some winning streaks and 2 separate 3-game skids. How have you, as a coach, kept the momentum going?
Well, I think it's important that you let the players know that what's important is the conference tournament, and as long as we have an AQ, once you're in the tournament, you're 3 ways away from the NCAAs. The previous 2 times that we made it the NCAA, we've done so as an at-large bid. But hey, I'm all for going as an AQ if that's what it takes. Again, I'm proud of the team for understanding that we're still well within reach of making that happen. So that's something that we stressed all along, that as long as you're in the tournament, and that's really what's most important, is making the conference tournament. And at this point, I think we're mathematically guaranteed to at least be in the tournament, and I think we can finish anywhere from 4th to 8th, because the PBC is really a rat's nest this year. So we got to, which I've made sure the players know, we got to finish out strong now. We got 2 games left.
Well, Wednesday is senior night. Can you talk a little bit about what your seniors have meant to this fairly young team?
Well, I think, they particularly, we have 3 seniors. Now, Cassie is a little bit different because she transferred in and is a graduate student playing her 4th season of eligibility. But Rayshana and Janae have both been with the program their entire collegiate careers. Both are standout players. You were at the game, obviously, yesterday. Rayshana scores the game-winning goal. Well, the equalizing goal, and Janae makes a couple of just absolute brilliant saves. They're both great players. They're good students, and maybe more importantly, they're awesome kids. We're going to miss them, but I have appreciated every moment I've had with all 3 of these young ladies. They're going to be very successful beyond UNC Pembroke.
Finally, USC Aiken is your next opponent. What do you expect to see out of them?
Well, USC Aiken has always been a scrappy team. They got a couple of kids, had Hannah Allison, Megan Smits, the Beauregard kid. They got a couple of kids that have, been very successful in the PBC. They may not have had a ton of success this season, but they're capable of beating anybody on any given day. I've said it before, and it's worth repeating. There are no gimmies in the PBC, and the minute you go into a game in the PBC thinking that you want it, it's going to come back and bite you in the rear. So we're prepared. We're ready.
All right, Coach, thanks.
Thank you.
Phil Hindson, head coach of UNCP men's soccer. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Now, Coach, senior night coming up. Can you just recap the season so far? What have you liked from your team this season?
I mean, I think we've got a lot better. We've improved a lot, progressed a lot. But obviously this league's very difficult, so sometimes you don't see the results. Well, you see how close the games are, but you don't always see as many wins as you like. But I like this team. It's a good group of kids, and I know we've definitely not had the fortune that I think we deserve, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
A lot of new faces saw the field this season. What was the biggest challenge with so many underclassmen?
I think it's definitely a challenge anytime you try to put so many young players on the field, and they've got to learn as they go. Little ththings like travel, eating on the roads, going to class all day, then being in practice. So I think they've adjusted very well. I mean, I think we have seven freshmen that have scored goals this year. A lot of freshmen played and most of the guys on the field are freshmen, sophomores. So I think there's been tremendous amount of positives through the year.
Well, this week, Wednesday, senior night. Can you talk about what your seniors have meant to this young team?
I mean, you know, Josh, Tyler, Kevin, obviously they're very good people. You know, they haven't played as much because Tyler hasn't played a whole lot. Kevin transferred in, and then Josh transferred in and only had 1 year eligibility. So both, you know, they've all been very, very good people. And even Tyler, I'd just say a special mention to him. He hasn't played a lot, but he's been a great leader off the field and every day in practice. So they're all three, you know, very good characters that will be strongly missed.
Finally, USC Aiken is your next opponent. What do you expect to see from them?
Very athletic, you know, a lot of speed. You know, again, it's going to be a close game. You know, we know we need 3 points. So it's just going to, you know, we're going to leave everything on the field, and hopefully we can, you know, the result can go our way tomorrow.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks.